Hey Leo, let's see what's going on in your love life. This is a tarot love reading for Leo Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and for any of you lovely cross watchers dealing with a Leo romantically. Now, please keep in mind, Leo, it is a general reading today, so it may or may not resonate, and you are always welcome here on my channel to take what works and leave the rest. Just a quick reminder that if you'd like to get a personal reading from me, I do offer those through Etsy, and the link is in the description box below the video. So let's get right into it today, my lovely lions. Let's rock and roar, and let's see what could be coming toward Leo. First message coming out for Leo today, we have got very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you soon. So this is a very powerful energy associated with manifestation. Whether you're single or whether you're in a relationship, it kind of looks like something is going to be coming towards you. Now, the thing here, Leo, is that this card has an important message about being clear in terms of what it is that we want. Because the more that we can be clear, the greater chance we have of manifesting what it is that we desire. Like, have you ever had this happen where you're not really clear on what you want, and then you keep like getting things coming into your life and you're like, that doesn't make me happy, that's not what I was hoping for, that's not ideal? I think it has to do with getting clear in terms of what we want. So for some of you, let's say you're a single Leo, maybe this is a really good time for you to get clear about what you want within your next relationship. Like, really sit down, Leo, and think about, what is it that I'm looking for in a partner? What are the key traits and qualities that I'm looking for? So that ultimately it's kind of like you're sending that message to the universe that that's what you want, okay? Now, for those of you in a relationship, it's kind of the same thing, right? It's like, what are you hoping for within your connection, Leo? What do you visualize and imagine as being the next steps? Where do you see things headed? Like, I don't know you guys, but I'm kind of intuitively feeling like there's been a lack of clarity. Like, you haven't quite been clear either on what you want or where you want something to go. And it's like the universe is saying, you can have what you want, but you need to first know what that is. Let me know if that resonates with you. Tell me more about what could be coming toward Leo right now. Unrequited love. Okay, this is gonna make a lot of sense, you guys. So this message says there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. All right. So we've talked about this before. Unrequited love is a one-sided dynamic. It tends to be a situation where one person is way more invested than the other, okay? Now, the challenge here is that if you're investing your time and energy into a one-sided dynamic with somebody who is not returning that same level of effort, you know, it's kind of keeping you stuck. So it makes sense to me, Leo, that the first card is very soon, because I just kind of feel like maybe some of you who are watching this today have been investing your time and energy maybe into the wrong person, maybe into somebody where they've not been showing up for you. They've definitely not been giving you back the same level of investment that you've been putting in. And so that's why the first card is like, is that really what you want, Leo? Do you really want like a one-sided dynamic? This is kind of the hard truth of the message today, right? It's like, do you want this? Like, do you want unrequited love? Do you want somebody who you have to chase? Do you want somebody who you kind of have to be calling, texting, trying to figure out what they want, chasing them down? Or do you want to get clear that you want something better? Tell me more. I think some of you could be in a situationship. I'm definitely getting that message. Tell me more about what could be coming toward Leo, and then chemistry. Okay, there is a strong magnetic attraction here. So here's what I think is going on if you're connecting with the message. Honestly, guys, I think if you're watching this, it's like maybe you've been settling a little bit in your love life, okay? Maybe you've been putting up with somebody who has not been pulling their weight. Maybe you've been putting up with somebody who is just like non-committal, doesn't know what they want. Maybe you've been dating people and it's like every person you date, you're like, this doesn't feel good, this doesn't feel what I want, this doesn't feel right. And I think the universe is like, Leo, it's time to wake up, okay? Like, I'm getting a very empowered message that's like, you deserve so much more, right? So if you're involved in some capacity with somebody who is not stepping up for you in the way that you deserve, this might be the time for you to get very clear about what you actually want. And maybe this involves walking away from somebody who's giving you breadcrumbs and moving on to somebody who can give you an amazing connection. So what I see here is that there is the potential here for somebody to connect with you where there's passion, there's chemistry, and there's love, but I really feel that you might have to let go of somebody who's not really working, you know, for you and what you want. Now, the other interesting thing that could be happening here is, you know, sometimes what happens is we're putting a lot of time and energy into somebody, right? And then all of a sudden we pull back our energy and we're like, okay, I'm not giving them any more of my time and energy. And then all of a sudden they start to come towards us. So it's possible that that happens as well, Leo. I will say though, I will caution you a little bit. If there's been somebody who's just been breadcrumbing you and then you pull back and you're like, no, I don't want this. And then all of a sudden they come towards you. I'm getting the message like, be careful with that, right? Because it's like, why? Why are they stepping up now when they could have done that all along, right? It's like, is it a game to them? What are they actually doing? What are their intentions? So just be mindful of that. So here's what we're going to do for the rest of the reading, because I really like this chemistry card, Leo. Okay. So I feel like, you know, if you're single, it's like, stop giving your time and energy to somebody who's not worth it. Open up your heart to this person. Okay. And for those of you connected with somebody, I have to stay with this energy today, Leo. I feel like this is like strongly speaking to those of you who are maybe in that like situationship where you're involved with somebody. It's not a defined situation. You're not really sure where it's going. This might be a time where you're like, is this really what I want? Or do I want to put myself out there and maybe start to explore new connections? So we're going to focus on this energy, okay? Potential new energy coming in. So we're going to look at this person's overall energy, what they could be feeling, what actions they could be taking. We'll look at you, Leo, and we'll look at the potential outcome. So let's kind of dig into it here. Tell me more about this energy associated with the chemistry card, please. Okay. So first card coming out, Leo, that is very big energy. We have got the Hierophant, which is Taurus energy. You know what this is? It's a card of commitment, you guys. We literally just talked about how maybe you're dealing with someone who's not really investing in you. Maybe you're dealing with someone who's non-committal. And then I'm like, look what happens when you shift. Look what happens when you let go of that energy and you invite in a new energy, an energy that meets you at the standard that you've set for yourself. This is significant, you guys. It is saying to you, Leo, commitment is out there with the right person. But if you're constantly giving your time and energy to the wrong person, it's going to kind of block you from having this come in. Tell me more, please, about this person's energy. Queen of Wands, I love that. Okay, that's beautiful. So we've got fire energy, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. You could be dealing with a fellow fire sign romantically. I mean, we did see the chemistry card. So I think this is just confirming, like, yes, there's going to be a lot of chemistry. There's going to be a lot of passion between the two of you. It's going to feel really good. And the thing that I like as well, Leo, so we got the Hierophant and the Queen of Wands. These are mature energies, okay? Don't worry about the gender on these folks, but it's just like, this is the energy of people who are mature, people who know what they want, people who are not like messing around because they're uncertain. Tell me more about this person's energy, please. And then the Justice card, wow. I kind of love this, you guys. So we've got this Libra energy. I just want to hold this up, okay? I just want to say, look, if you're resonating with the message where you've been giving your energy to somebody who doesn't deserve it, really look at what could come towards you, Leo, if you let that go. Really look at what could come towards you if you make that decision to walk away from someone who's been giving you breadcrumbs and someone who's not been showing up for you. Look at this. This is very, very nice energy, okay? This is someone who is mature, balanced, good communicator, passionate, looking for commitment. These are all really wonderful things if you're looking for a long-term relationship. So I'm going to be a little bit of a broken record, but I feel, I do a lot of readings on my channel. You know, some of the messages are going to resonate for you, some of them aren't. But for those of you resonating with the message today, I feel there's a strong message here of knowing your worth, Leo. And sometimes it's like we really have to let go of what's not working in order to create space for something better to come in. All right, tell me what this person could be feeling right now, please. The Four of Swords, okay? They're probably a deep thinker, maybe a little bit introverted, maybe a little bit quieter, probably not like the showiest person in the room. Tell me more, please, about what they could be feeling. Three of Wands, but guess what? This is somebody who's visionary. Three of Wands, as you can see in the card, Leo, this is somebody looking ahead. They're getting excited about the future. They're getting excited about what comes next. So what this tells me is that this person probably is going to spend a lot of time thinking about the future, right? Because here's the thing, Leo. When you've got a good thing going on with somebody, I think you just naturally start to think about the future. You start to daydream about it. You start to imagine it. So it's like these cards are showing me that your person is feeling very future oriented when it comes to the connection between the two of you. Tell me more, please, about what they could be feeling. And then we've got the Death card. Interesting. So the Death card is like a big, like a big change, you know, it's an ending that leads to a new beginning. So this is kind of fascinating as well. Like the energy is almost suggesting that your person might be wrapping up something that's had a big emotional impact on them, right? Because this is showing up in their feelings. And the Death card is a very transformative energy. And essentially what it does is it ends something that we no longer need, something that's no longer serving us. And it is very strongly tied to the energy of a brand new beginning. So it could also be for this person, maybe they've had some significant stuff going on. They're wrapping that up, they're letting go of it, and now they're ready for a new beginning emotionally. So if there is anything for them that's been heavy, anything that's been challenging, it definitely looks like they're clearing out that energy and they're getting excited about this new beginning with you. So let's see what actions they could be taking, please. The Five of Wands, okay? I'm getting the message of like fighting off the competition here, okay? I definitely think that this person likes you and they're like, I want to make a move on Leo because, you know, I like Leo and I want to see where this could go. And so maybe there is a little bit of an entanglement here because like I said, for some of you, the cards do suggest that maybe you've been giving your time and energy to somebody who's not reciprocating. So the Five of Wands could be this new person coming in and being like, hey, Leo, like I'm over here, right? Like take your attention off of that focus. Like, look at me waving over here in the corner. Like, come and talk to me, please. Tell me more, please, about what actions they could be taking. The Chariot, yeah. I feel this person is going to be very determined in their pursuit of you, Leo. Like they're not going to give up easily, which is also kind of cool because we talked about how maybe some of you are involved with somebody right now and it's not great, right? You're giving more, they don't know what they want. There's that emotional entanglement there and it can be a little bit messy. And maybe that's why there's this Five of Wands and this Chariot, right? It's like this person is trying to pull you away from that. They're like, come over here, like, let's actually give this a go. Let's give this a fair shot. And I feel like the Chariot card shows me, Leo, that they're gonna have a sense of determination. Now, the really cool thing about this is we talked about the unrequited love card in the overall energy. And I'm like, yeah, that's like a one-sided dynamic, you guys. You're probably like pursuing this person hard and they're like not reciprocating. But now it almost looks like the universe is like, look, Leo, we're trying to give you somebody who's actually going to pursue you. We're trying to give you somebody who's actually going to show up for you. And this energy is going to feel so different than the unrequited love energy. But again, you kind of have to like open your eyes and see that it's here. Tell me more, please, about what actions this person could be taking, please. And then the Emperor, lovely. So Aries energy, more fire energy, you guys. They're confident in you. They're self-assured. I mean, if you're open to it, there could be a really amazing connection coming towards you, right? But I have to keep saying, I really feel like you're gonna have to let go of what is no longer working. Now, I wanna be clear, like, this could even be emotionally letting go. Maybe some of you are not even with this past person, but you know, your heart is still with them. You're still pining after them, right? And I feel like the cards are like, I mean, you can do it it's your choice, Leo, you do you, but like, there's also something so much better that's here for you potentially if you open up your eyes to the possibility. So let's look at you. Tell me about Leo's energy right now, please. Page of Wands, nice. I mean, I hope this is you being like, you know what? I do want to put myself out there. I do want to feel the chemistry. This is a very like flirty type of vibe. So maybe you're starting to feel something with this person and you're like, maybe there is something there, even if you hadn't considered it. Tell me more about Leo's energy right now. The World, ooh, that's juicy, you guys. So the World tends to be about wrapping up some sort of cycle. So maybe this is you waking up and being like, am I happy in this one-sided dynamic? Oh, I'm not? Okay, let me let that go and let me know that there's something better coming in, right? I feel like I said that in a weird way. Okay, tell me more about Leo's energy right now, please. The Moon, all right? So here's the thing, you guys. The Moon is fascinating because it does represent things that tend to be hidden. A lot of the times it can be like those emotions that are going on below the surface, and it can represent those hidden fears and anxieties and insecurities. And so I do want to kind of validate, you know, if you've been involved with an unrequited love situation where you've been giving more to somebody than what you've been getting back, I feel for you, right? Because that hurts. It hurts when we can see that somebody's not stepping up. It hurts when we can see that somebody's not giving to us what we're giving to them. And you know, there's probably some fears and insecurities that come from being in a situation like that. And so maybe there's part of you that's like, Am I worthy of somebody who really steps up for me? Am I worthy of somebody who really chooses me? Am I worthy of somebody who really pursues me? And so there might even be a little bit of energy here, Leo, about working through some of those fears and insecurities to know that you deserve better than settling for somebody who's not fully showing up for you. Tell me what Leo could be feeling, please. That's really good, you guys. 9 of Pentacles, okay? That actually follows very nicely from what I just said. The 9 of Pentacles is somebody who's very confident, self-assured, secure in themselves. And so here's the thing, you guys. It's like the magic solution, right? When we start to work on ourselves and we elevate ourselves and we elevate our self-esteem and we elevate our confidence, we are naturally going to attract better energy coming in. We're going to attract energy that matches where we're at. And the 9 of Pentacles, let me tell you, Leo, that energy does not settle. That is somebody who knows their worth, and they are not going to let somebody into their life unless they are worthy of you. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's you kind of elevating, which is really good. Tell me more about what Leo could be feeling. 3 of Pentacles, okay? What came to mind is maybe you're going to counseling, right? So maybe you're going to counseling to work on things individually, right? Going to counseling. Maybe you're having conversations with your counselor that are why do I keep attracting this kind of person into my life? And how do I break that cycle? What's blocking me from love? Those are things that I think you're starting to really ask yourself. And so I feel that you're developing this really lovely awareness where you're okay, maybe I have been settling for less than what I deserve, but I don't want to do that anymore. Tell me more about what Leo could be feeling, please. And then we've got King of Wands. I love that, you guys. Okay, so King of Wands is obviously your energy. I will say, do you remember that when we looked at the person coming towards you, they had the Queen of Wands, right? So they had the Queen of Wands, you have the King of Wands, that's a pair, right? So it's giving the energy of actually attracting someone who you're meant to be with, right? Coming into union with this person who you're meant to be with. And I think the King of Wands also represents you emotionally feeling good about where you're at. And again, kind of elevating that confidence where if you do feel like you've been settling, you're not going to do that anymore. Tell me what actions Leo could be taking, please. The 2 of Wands, yeah. Guess what, you guys? It's time to think about what you really want and what comes next. The 2 of Wands is planning and preparation. And what the message I'm getting in my mind is that you're starting to envision a better future for yourself when it comes to love. Maybe you even stopped dreaming big when it comes to love because you would think about oh, this is what I want. And then there'd be a little voice in your head that's oh, I would never get it. And now this is why it goes back to the first Oracle message where I was you can have what you want, but you have to know what you want and you have to know you deserve it, right? And so I feel there's this part of you that's waking up and it's actually I can dream bigger. I can want more and I can ask for it and I can get it. Let's see what other actions you could be taking. I love that. Ace of Wands. There you go. There's your new beginning. I really do think this message today is for those of you who have been involved in a bit of a mess with somebody where they've just not been giving you what you deserve. And you're starting to wake up to the fact that you deserve so much more. And it definitely looks like there is somebody new here who is going to be sparking that fun energy in you, right? There's a lot of fire energy here. So I think there's going to be a lot of attraction between the 2 of you. And it's just going to feel like a breath of fresh air. Because guess what? When you're in an unrequited love situation, usually that doesn't feel good. Obviously, usually it feels quite heavy. It doesn't feel light. It doesn't feel freeing. It doesn't feel easy. There's a doom and gloom that kind of hangs over that. But I think that's going to be shifting for you. And I think you're going to be I actually want to start having fun. I want to be going out on dates. I want to be having a good time. And I want to start being with someone who kind of lights me up. Tell me more about what actions Leo could be taking, please. And then the Knight of Swords, beautiful. I mean, the Knight of Swords is an energy of charging forward towards what comes next. So here's what I see for you, Leo, in terms of the actions you're taking. 2 of Wands is you're starting to dream bigger, okay? Ace of Wands is I'm ready for something new. And then the Knight of Swords is charging forward and going after it because you know you deserve it. The big message for this reading is more so about your personal empowerment. I do see new love coming in for you, but I think the bigger message is more around you finding yourself, Leo, and stepping into your power and knowing what you deserve. And then that's when things start to shift and you're going to start to notice that the energy that you're attracting is quite different. So let's see what the potential outcome is here within this situation, please. Four of Pentacles, okay? You gotta let go though, Leo. You gotta let go. We'll talk about it. Let's pull two more cards. What is the potential outcome here? Five of Pentacles. What is the potential outcome here, you guys? And then the Ace of Cups. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, guys. So let's talk about the outcome, right? The first two cards, interesting. Four of Pentacles followed by the Five of Pentacles. So let's talk about it. Four of Pentacles, and then we're going to talk about the good stuff, okay? So Four of Pentacles is about holding on to something that no longer serves us, which quite honestly has been the theme of this reading. It's like holding on to somebody who's breadcrumbing us, holding on to somebody who, with the Five of Pentacles, leaves us feeling left out in the cold, right? I feel like these two cards in the outcome, especially because the next card is so good, and we're going to talk about it. But these two cards, I think, are you starting to recognize that you've been holding on to something that doesn't fulfill you. Right? With that Four of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is literally like feeling left out in the cold, feeling like someone is not choosing us, feeling abandoned in a relationship. And I think you're waking up and you're starting to ask yourself, wait a second, why would I hold on to that? Why would I hold on to that kind of relationship? And the minute you realize that that is no longer serving you, Leo, that is where the magic happens. And the final card that I pulled for you today is the Ace of Cups, which is honestly, I think the most perfect, I'm getting goosebumps, like the most perfect card that I could have pulled for the outcome in this reading, because it's like, look, Leo, the minute you let go of what is no longer serving you, look at what is coming in for you. This is such a positive card when it comes to a love reading. It's one of the best cards to get. It's about brand new love coming in with somebody who's gonna love you, show up for you. And we've got this emotional connection with the Ace of Cups, and we've also got that beautiful chemistry that's really gonna be blossoming. So I suspect, Leo, that there's really good stuff coming in, but the trick and the big advice for this reading is that in order to get it, you might have to let go of someone who's not the right fit for you and to say, you know what, that's not enough for me and I deserve more. And that's where the magic happens. And that's where you start to attract something better. Okay? So that's what I see for you today, Leo. If you enjoyed this reading, you guys know what to do. Give me a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. If you'd like to get a personal reading, I offer those through Etsy. The link is in the description box below the video. And of course, I wish you love, I wish you happiness, and we'll talk soon. Bye, guys.